Good morning, Entertainment Daily lovers. Come on in. Let's have this conversation. Good morning from my end, and I know most of my people will be pulling up later to watch this. If you are coming across Entertainment Daily for the first time, you are welcome. We're here to discuss about a United Nations judge that actually, hold on, let me check the sound of my live stream to make sure our sound is good. Okay, so our sound is good, and okay, so sound is good, sound is great. Let's get right into the conversation. Let's see if we can do a 20-30 minutes and we're out of here. There are so many stories to cover, like I was saying. If you're just coming across Entertainment Daily for the very first time, please do subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our live stream. Okay. And if you have a story that you want us to cover, please drop it as a comment underneath the live stream that you are watching, and you can join us on the panel up here to have this conversation. That being said, let's get right into the story. But before we go in, I want to just quickly say this. This is like something I always do when I run any story. I wonder how somebody will work so hard, in your life to build a career for yourself, and then you later on ruin it because of your bad behavior, because you felt like you have attained something that you were not expecting that you'd be able to attain in life, and you want to, instead of using it for good, you turn around and start using it for evil. This Ugandan George, United Nations George from Uganda, I don't understand how you can go so far studying, working so hard to become a legal practitioner, and I don't know how many years she's been doing that. How do you now start treating another woman as a slave? How does that make sense? If you were treated the same way, would you be able to become a judge? You've been in the UK, you've hustled, according to you, been to school, you've done all of this. It is really weird. It is absolutely weird how some people would just work hard to build things, then use their hands to ruin everything, you know. I'm trying to pull up that post so we read everything we go through, we get the full conversation, know what's going on. There was a video clip all over Instagram where the body cam showed when she was arrested and how she was talking about she was given immunity, the person was arrested and things like that. But it is shameful. It is very shameful. United Nations judge arrested. Let me see. Let me find that article and then we'll get right into the conversation. Like I said, it is actually all over, but let's see if we can go to BBC and let's read from BBC. Okay, so it said UN judge guilty of forcing woman to work as a slave. How do you force somebody to work? Let's see if we can
I'm going to have to now arrest you on suspicion of keeping somebody in slavery and servitude under the Modern Slavery Act. So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. You do not mention my question, something which later on in court, anything you do say may be used as evidence. All right. Sorry? I am a judge in my country. I even have immunity. I am not a criminal. You've got immunity in this country? Yes. I have a diplomatic passport. You're a diplomat? Yes. So we'll need to see that then. Yes. And then we'll need to speak to the embassy. If you are a diplomat. I came here as a student. I don't need to work for me. I didn't come with her. She asked me because she has worked at my home before. She asked me.
The way this woman, this is just a 0.046 seconds video. You can clearly see that when the police got into her office or place of work or home, wherever they met her. If you're just coming, you're welcome. Please like the live stream, like, share, subscribe, drop your thoughts concerning this case. We're talking about the United Nations judge that is that was arrested and found guilty for forcing a woman to work as a slave. Let's get right into the conversation. George in my country, Uganda, and I'm this. I studied, and how do you throw all of this away? It did it not occur to you, or probably because you thought you had a diplomat, you're a diplomat, you're this, you're that. You thought that they will allow you to do a crime like this and get away with it. Are you not even thinking? People that have gone higher than you have been held responsible for a crime that they have committed if they can prove, that these people. What makes you think that you would just go ahead using somebody as a modern slave, and because you are a diplomat, nothing is going to happen to you? Omo, no be Uganda you dey. Omo, no be our continent. And una go just dey do anyhow. Una go just comot for our continent because una dey sabi. Today we're talking about the case in Nigeria, in Nigerian Senate, the senator and the Senate president. We know that these kind of things are very common, where most times hardly would they ever convict somebody like this if it was back home. So probably this woman was moving around with that mentality, that she was operating from Uganda, that okay, if you even say anything, they will use their links, their connections, the money they've made, power, and everything to oppress that person into silence. And if this person was just working as a maid or whatnot, nobody wants to hear the right of a maid. Okay, take for instance the case that happened in Nigeria. Of Natasha, that's a senator, but yet she's being forced to be silent, and she's saying, "No, I'm not going to be silent." So I feel like this Uganda. I'm just using the case in Nigeria to give an instance, because I feel like this is something that is really common across the continent, of Africa, where people in power always misuse their power. So that's a clearly misusing of power here in this case that we're discussing. How do you go ahead to do something like this? And she looks so guilty. The policeman already said, "This is what we're here for. You don't have to say anything." But she was still saying something.
So
Listen.
unfortunately, I'm going to have to now arrest you on suspicion of keeping somebody in slavery and servitude under the Modern Slavery Act. So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. You do not mention my question, something which later on in court, anything you do say may be used as evidence. All right. Sorry?
I am a judge in my country. I even have immunity.
She was quick to point out that
you've got immunity in this country.
Yes. I have a diplomatic passport.
You're a diplomat?
Yes.
So we'll need to see that then.
Yes.
And then we'll need to speak to the embassy if you are a diplomat.
I came here as a student. I don't need to work for me. I didn't come with her. She asked me because she has worked at my home before. She asked me.
She doesn't need anyone to work for her. She came here as a student. That's not the case. You came there as a student or not. There's been evidence to prove that you did do this. So you talking about you came here as a student, you don't need anybody to work for you. Even though you didn't need somebody to work for the fact that you've now seen yourself as a diplomat, as someone that have arrived, you're now a United Nations judge, you're this, you're that, back home in Uganda too, you're judge, you're all of that. You wanted to just oppress this woman for no reason and have her work slave for you, and you're not even going to pay, and you're not even going to treat the person right or allow her to get a better job. So let's get right into this. So I said body cam footage shows Mugambe telling police, "I even have immunity," as they arrested her. This was posted on the 13th. So shout out to BBC. We're reading from BBC. Okay, this article is on BBC. So we're reading from BBC. It says, this was posted on the 13th of March 2025. And it says, a United Nations judge has been convicted of forcing a young woman to work as a slave. I just wonder what this woman was really thinking. Prosecutors said Linda Mugabe took advantage of her status over her victim by preventing her from holding down steady employment while forcing her to work as her maid and provide childcare for free. This, I'm not even surprised. I'm not even going to argue this, because a lot of people do things like this, where they will have somebody work for them and your job description is A. But at the end of the day, you're now doing B, C, D, E, F, G till Z. And because your job description is A, they're only going to pay you for A. So the B, C till Z that you're doing is going to be free, and you're not allowed to complain. And for the fact that this woman is a diplomat, she's a judge, she's this, she's that, that help, or whomever this woman was, won't be able to complain. So she was providing childcare services for free. Do you know how much it costs for you to put your child, to drop your child off. All these people that I don't know how different countries have different plans and things like that. But for you to drop off a child, do you understand? For you to drop off a child in a place where people are going to watch over your child for you, you will pay. You will pay, and it is not cheap. When you don't have anyone to help you and you have to go to work, you have to do stuff, you are paying. Some people are charging about the number of hours you're going to have the child there. So somebody is helping you take care of your children and everything, or your child, and that's supposed to be free. That person is, you can't even compensate the person, even if you're going to pay way less than what the of people that are registered, child care and things like that are going to charge. You're not going to pay that woman anything. You just allow the woman to slave. That's what it is. Because she will do all of these chores for you, then take care of your child or children, and at the same time, she's not being paid. Let's continue. And then he said, the 49 years old, who is also a high court judge in Uganda, was found guilty of conspiring to facilitate the commission uh, of a breach of UK's immigration law, facilitating travel with a view to exploitation, forcing someone to work, and conspiracy to intimidate a witness. I would expect you as a legal practitioner to know better. Even if the law and certain things will be a little bit different, I believe when you go to law school, there are certain things that are taught. And as a lawyer, as a legal person that has been to school for all this number of years to study law, and you came out successful, you're practicing or you're not practicing, you know the law to an extent. So I believe this judge already knew that what she was doing is illegal, but she went ahead and did it because she thinks she is a diplomat, so nothing is going to happen. That's just what I see here. Like, you did all these things knowing fully well that you're breaching the law in the UK, what you're doing is not right, but you just held your head up and did what you did because to you, nah, nothing is going to happen. Nothing at all is going to happen. I'm going to do this, I'm going to get away with it. After all, I'm the law. Because I know the law, I can manipulate the law. No, you cannot manipulate. No, it's not it's not Uganda. I'm just telling you. And I know why I'm saying this. Some people are, why you say it is. Oh, it is so common for our people to behave, to do this type of behavior where they will get people to work for them. Majority of them. So this is even more shocking that this is supposed to be a lawyer, a judge that knows the law. You have studied for this number of years to get that certificate. You have read, you know what the law states, but you still just BS the law and went ahead to do what you want to do because you are a diplomat. I have immunity. I have this. I have that. What does that even mean? My last live stream, I dropped a question and somebody had responded in the comment section when we're talking about criminal act and things like relating to the court case yesterday about VDM. You know, a question was asked, and I was calling on another content creator here, Oyoyo's World. I think she's busy; she's not live yet. But somebody else came in the comment section and responded back to that comment. I'm just thinking, how did this woman, because you're not like an illiterate that will say, well, I didn't know that what I was doing was, you will know that it's against humanity, but maybe she didn't. We can argue that that person, because person didn't go to school, or the person doesn't know anything, the person did not know. But you, as a legal person, and you said, I've been here, I came here as a student, so you studied in, I want to believe that you studied in Africa, you studied in Uganda, and then you came to, because that's what most of our people would do, they get their first degree in Nigeria, and then they can go to any other country outside the continent to acquire more. Do you understand? So this woman got her first degree, I want to believe, in Uganda, and then moved to the UK again as a student to get another degree. Okay. And in all of this, you did not know that what you were doing was a crime in the UK, even if you felt like it was not a crime in Uganda. You were in the UK, not in Uganda, but you still did it anyway. And then when they came, you're like, officer, I am a diplomat. And in your mind, you're like, oh, sorry, ma, because now waiting them for do now. If na place like Uganda, you did now waiting them go to you say I'm a diplomat, I'm a this, then we all leave you. Mm-mm. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so it said in view to exploitation, forcing someone to work, and conspiracy to intimidate a witness. She will be sentenced. She will be sentenced at Oxford Crown Court on May 2nd. Okay, so she has not been sentenced yet, but it seems so she's been found guilty. In a footage released by Thames Valley Police, Mugabe appears shocked. I don't even know why she's shocked, because as a person that knows the law, she knew what she was doing. If she's caught, it will put her in trouble. That's what I want to believe, that she knew it. So I don't even understand why she looked shocked, and rightly so. She did look shocked when you look at her on that video. So said in a footage released by Thames Valley Police, Mugabe appeared shocked when an officer said he was arresting her under the Modern Slavery Act, which she knows, which is a law that I believe any lawyer would know. Okay, there's no way as a lawyer you don't know it. So she then had a conversation with the officer in which she said, "I am a judge in my country. I even have immunity. I am not a criminal." Asked to reaffirm that she had immunity, Mugabe told the officer, "Yes, I have a diplomatic passport." The conversation ended with the defendant saying, "I came here as a student. I don't need anyone to work for me." That's not true. If you didn't need anybody to work for you, you wouldn't have treated that woman the way you treated her. You would have done your job by yourself, or taking your kids to those people that are registered to do the job that you drop your child in a kindergarten, drop your child in a this thing, what is it called, a crèche and things like that, and you pay, and they will watch your child for the duration of when you be at work or wherever you're going to until you return. People do that every day. As they go to work in the morning, they prepare the little ones, drop them off at the crèche, they drop the other ones at school, they go to work to do their things. Okay, kids are left in school till 4 p.m. for parents that are working till later. So there is absolutely no excuse. Do you understand? There is absolutely no excuse at all. I said the conversation ended with the defendant saying, "I came here as a student. I don't need anyone to work for me. I didn't come here with her. She asked me because she has worked at my home before. She asked me." Hmm. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Said gaps were heard from the public gallery as the verdict were given, and the court was cleared as the defendant appeared unwell. Forget all those unwell that she's appearing unwell. After you finish committing a crime, then you go to court and start pretending that you're unwell, or you are well, madam. Go and serve your time. Seriously, you are absolutely well, and you are absolutely doing fine. Nothing at all is wrong with you. So, madam, enjoy what you've done. All the while you were having this lady babysit for you, and you not paying, you loved it. You were well, or during those period when you were manipulating everything, you were well. So don't be unwell when the judge also passes his verdict on you, because you too, you're a judge, right? So you knew better, but you decided to do it because you thought you were Lord and Savior, because you have a diplomatic this in passport and you have immunity. uh, Caroline Caroline Hargrave, what's her name? This Holgrave Casey prosecuting told the juror during the trial, Lydia Mugabe has exploited and abused her alleged victim, taking advantage of her lack of understanding of her right to properly paid employment, and receiving her as to purpose of her coming to the UK. And that's the truth. Because this woman didn't know, this Mugabe judge decided to just go ahead and take advantage of the fact that probably this other lady was just coming into the UK, or even if she's been there for a while, she just doesn't know that the laws there in the UK and the law in Uganda will not be the same. If you're working and you're not being paid over there in the UK, at least based in Europe here, most of Europe, I think all of the European countries, you're working, you're not being paid. It is more of a problem for the employer than you, the employee, because if it's been reported that somebody is working, the person is not being paid, the person is not being treated right, they will most definitely investigate it. They don't leave things like that to fly. And trust me, the penalty is always not funny at all. If you're paying with money or if you're serving time, it is not funny. So employers are always very careful with the way they deal with their employees, okay? Because they know that certain things they will not get away with it, mostly when you have your evidence to back up your claim. She alleged Mugabe, who was studying for a law PhD at the University of Oxford, has conspired with Ugandan Deputy High Commissioner John Leonard Mugwawa to arrange for the young woman to come to the UK. Is this not what I'm saying? Because this woman is now a diplomat. Now she's arranging with a deputy high commissioner, to bring the woman to the UK when they knew very well that this woman was coming to work without pay. And that would be something that the UK government and the law would not smile at. They still went ahead and did it anyway because they had the power, they had the connections, they were able to do it. Prosecutors said that the pair participated in a very dishonest trade-off in which Mr. Magwawa arranged for the Ugandan High Commission to sponsor the woman's entrance into the UK. You see how they want to bring her in to make everything look cool, no suspicions, or anything. Madam, go serve your time in jail. In fact, is this person also going to be facing anything? This high commissioner, what did they say he was again? Participated in arranged with the high commissioner to sponsor. Yeah, is that person going to face any penalty too, or is just this woman, the judge, that is going to be facing jail time or whatever the penalty punishment will be? In exchange, Mugabe would attempt to speak to the judge who was in charge of legal actions. Mr. Magwa was named in the jury head. She was also found guilty of conspiring to intimidate the woman to withdraw her passport for the prosecution and to have the charges against her dropped. They're already suspecting you for a crime. You're even making it worse by threatening the person that you did not treat well, by threatening the person that you went all out to actually, treat bad. These people, I don't understand. Anyways, like I said, 20-30 minutes, I want us to round up. So let's see if we can finish this up because I want to keep the live stream short so people can come in, listen, and drop their opinions for the go. So it says diplomatic immunity. I say impunity. Immunity. Mugabe's trials had she had the intentions of obtaining someone to make her life easier and at the least possible cost to herself. She denied forcing the young Ugandan woman to do household chores and said she always treated her with love, care, and patience. Oh, yeah, if I hear, lie. The young woman Mugabe tricked into coming to the UK, who cannot be named for legal reasons, told the court previously she felt lonely and stuck after her working hours were limited. According to her UN profile page, Mugabe was appointed to the body of judicial roster in May 2023, 3 months after police were called to her address in Oxfordshire. Same very police commander for Oxfordshire and Captain Ben Clark said Linda Mugabe is an extremely qualified lawyer, a Ugandan High Court judge, and a UN Criminal Tribunal judge. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? How do you go this far and you ruin it all by being selfish? That means this woman had the money to pay that worker very well. And the moment you move her work from household chores to also babysitting and all of that, you should have also increased her earnings. Allow her to have time for herself. She will have some day off where she can do her own thing, have a life for herself. Come back to draw out a proper plan and have her as an employee that you pay every month. As she's doing your house help chores, she's also taking care of your kids. You will pay properly. How can a well-qualified judge and a high court judge and a UN criminal tribunal judge behave like this? What the shame. Now, what's going to even happen? Because I know if it's in medicine, there are certain things you cannot do. If you do that, you can't even practice medicine anymore. For the lawyers in the building, what's going to happen to this lady? Are they going to revoke her license? Are they going to get her license and she won't be able to practice? I don't know how they do it for law, but I know in medicine, there are things you don't do. You do one thing, they take your medical license, and you're not practicing as a doctor or as a medical personnel anymore. So I want to believe that that will be the case here. So this woman, after serving her time, after being sentenced in May, they said she'll be sentenced in May. I hope that she won't be able to practice. So others will learn in every other career and everything. Do not go and start treating people bad. Somebody is going to help you take care of your child or your children. Do you know how difficult it is to take care of young ones? If you're a mother, you know. And then somebody will do all of that for you for free. Who do you think you are? God, that somebody will come and take care of your children for free. Well, the woman does not have a life. She does not have a vision. She does not have a future. She does not have future plans. Nothing. She does not have plans for her career. She does not want to better herself. If she's somebody that likes going to school or study or want to do a business, anything, she just doesn't have plans. She will be stuck there cleaning your house, cleaning your toilet, cooking for you, washing your clothes, doing this while you go ahead and attain all of these things we're seeing here that is being stated here. That she is an extremely, this is what they wrote, said by Superintendent Ben Clark said, Lydia Mugabe, which is the woman that we're talking about, is an extremely qualified lawyer. Extremely, that's the word they use here. They said extremely qualified lawyer, a Ugandan high court judge. She's a high court judge in Uganda. How do you attain all these things in life and you're this wicked to just somebody that you can pay? You are a high court judge in your country. So you have the money to pay that woman for the house chores and babysitting. Draft a proper work agreement, sign it, and pay that woman her fees so she can help her family back in Africa. You are from Uganda. You know how it is. The way you needed money and you went studying and doing this and doing that and doing that, you didn't stop, you kept going. That's how that woman too that you employed had to feed a family. If she's married, if she has kids, if she's not yet married, she wants to better her life, she will have parents, she will have family members, because the culture in Africa is quite different from other places. Other places is a man to your own, to your tent. Oh yeah, it's Israel. Or you understand? Everybody fend for yourself. Outside, like Europe, America, all those other places, it's almost everybody, you're on your own. Nobody is you cannot come and tell anybody you didn't help me, you didn't take care of me, you didn't support me. Nobody does that. But back in Africa, if you are doing well, you are expected to in return take care of your parents, because it's like a circle, and not only parents, family members, in fact, uncles and aunties and everybody will even join. Extended families, village people, the whole community. You understand that you need to take care of. So when you're working, you're not working for yourself alone, because when you're growing up, the little your parents have, they will try to make sure you people go to school, their children goes to school. So as they are struggling, if they have to go to do farm works, if they're the one that have white collar jobs, they will do all of these things. Some people go to the forest, they chop down woods and come and sell them to send their children to school. They will do that until you get your certificate, right? And now you have to go out there to the labor market and look for a job. So immediately you start earning, you are expected to start buying little things like foodstuffs, recharging your parents' phone now that we have phones and you can call people and things like that. If they are getting old, making sure they get their medication once in a while, they go for their checkups, make sure food is on their table, make sure that the home where they are living in is good, their roof is not broken, that rain is raining into the home and things like that. You just take care of your parents. Then if you have siblings, their children, sometimes in Christmas you send things. So this woman cannot be working for free. And to know that this is somebody that understands the culture, because she's also from Uganda. like the other woman that she maliciously brought into the UK. So to see that this post here that describing this woman, it pains me even more that she's extremely qualified. She's extremely qualified lawyer, a Ugandan High Court judge, and a UN Criminal Tribunal judge. After the offense had been reported to the police, Mugabe tried to evade justice by repeatedly claiming she had diplomatic immunity due to her status. Any immunity Mugabe may have enjoyed as a UN judge has been waived by the Office of the United Nations Secretary. Okay, so that one is gone now. So things are actually happening. You behave anyhow, you see anyhow. Nobody is here to tolerate nonsense. So thank you also very much. 30 minutes, and we have to go. We have more stories to cover, and I will see you all on the next one. I don't know what's the next gist. There's so much. There's so much. Sometimes I just wish I can just come in here and talk about everything, but I feel like if I combine too many topics, it might be too long. So anyways, I'll see you all later. Subscribe, turn on your bell notification if you are watching this one, and God bless you as you do so. Bye for now.